NDIS Quality and Safeguards Commission, as some of you may know, is independent of the National Disability Insurance Agency. The Commission works with NDIS providers, both registered and unregistered, to improve the quality and safety of NDIS services and supports. It's not a regulator of the NDIA, so any complaints about the agency, the NDIA, should be made directly to them. In terms of what the Commission does, the Commission oversees registration and regulation of NDIS providers. It oversees compliance with the NDIS practice standards and the NDIS Code of Conduct, and I hope that these are familiar to you. And the Commission also oversees complaints about NDIS services and supports. I've got plus there because they also oversee reportable incidents, including abuse and neglect of participants, the use of restrictive practices, and nationally consistent NDIS worker screening. This is a snapshot from their website. So their regulatory considerations focus on the rights of people with disability, as you can see there on the left, ensuring that participants' rights, dignity and aspirations are upheld and they're kept at the heart of the sector, and that participants' choice and control is respected and supported. Their second focus is on quality providers and workers so that participants are free from harm. There's an active safeguard in place across the system, safeguards in plural, and high quality service provision through good practice and skilled workers. And their third focus is a thriving, diverse market, which is really important for participants to be able to make empowered, informed choices. A market of diverse, effective and safe providers and workers that is viable, accessible and thriving is absolutely essential. Quality and Safeguards Framework has 6 important objectives, and they are to ensure that funded supports within NDIS plans uphold the rights of people with disability, that they facilitate informed decision-making, are effective in achieving person-centred outcomes, are safe and fit for purpose, allow participants to live safe from abuse, neglect, violence, exploitation, and they enable effective monitoring and responses to issues such as complaints that you may have about the service. So quality, it's a big term. It means different things to different people, but the framework states that provider quality might include such things as responsiveness, delivery of individual participant outcomes, commitment to service improvement. For example, for some people, the personal experiences of others may inform their perception of quality. The Commission wants you to influence what good looks like, so do take advantage of opportunities to provide feedback to them. Safeguards are any action which protects the rights of people to be safe from risk of harm, abuse, neglect and exploitation, whilst maximising choice and control over their lives. So I wanted to discuss a little about natural and formal safeguards. These natural safeguards, you might not have heard this term before, but they're the things that help us make everyday decisions, starting with, accessible information, trusted support networks, so the people around you that may have information and insights. Natural safeguards also include training to build your confidence and paid advisors who support people with disability. Formal safeguards, on the other hand, are the rules and actions that have formal responsibilities. So the NDIS Code of Conduct is a very important example, as are the NDIS practice standards, worker screening requirements, and the complaints processes within the NDIS context and service environment. So NDIS Participant Safeguards Policy is a policy that was developed in April earlier this year, 2023. I really encourage you to inform yourself of these types of formal safeguards that are in place and to become familiar with how they relate to you, your services and supports in practice. The policy has an implementation plan as well. I know they sound very formal. However, if you jump onto the website there that I've listed, it will take you through these in more detail and in accessible formats. The Code of Conduct, NDIS Code of Conduct, is really important for us to discuss today because it applies to everyone delivering services in the NDIS context, and it requires workers and providers who deliver NDIS supports to act with respect for individual rights, to respect the privacy of people with disability, provide supports and services in a safe and competent manner, act with integrity, honesty, and transparency, and promptly take steps to raise and act on any concerns that are identified, and to take all reasonable steps to prevent and respond to any harm, etc., that's been identified. Really important to make yourself aware of this document. It guides how your services should be interacting with you. And the code also applies to the NDIS Commission employees.